whole person caring is transformational leadership. And this is really interesting because you might wonder how this field of love got underneath this energy field. So anyhow, let's look at the concept of transformational leadership. Again, if you're talking about an organization, you are looking at these concepts of whole person caring, which is sacredness of being. We see who we are as being infinite fields. We are pan-dimensional energy fields that are open and infinite in nature. And one of the things about the nature of who we are that's so important is that we're these open systems. And if we're these open fields, it is so important for us to take care of ourselves. Because if we walk into a patient's room in a state of depletion, then that patient is going to suffer. If we walk into a patient's room in a state of wholeness, then we become the healing presence. It's not that we are part of the healing environment, we become the healing environment. And our energetic becomes a healing component for that patient. So when we understand that, we can begin to center ourselves, access that infinite space within us, and come from that place of transpersonal caring with a patient. And that is so important, because when we have accessed that place within us, when we have an interaction with that patient, we're mirroring that for them, and we are accessing that place for the patient also. And as the saying goes, and I'm changing it a little bit from the Bible, but when two or more are gathered in that space, then healing is. When two or more are gathered in that space, then healing becomes. Healing is, and then we are healing. We are healed. So, getting back to the transformational leadership, what happens when you bring these ideas into an organization? One of the things is that you've got to have leadership that is wise. You have to have leaders that are wise, and we are getting to the point now in our evolution where we're beginning to understand that. So we're going to use the metaphor of the diamond again, and instead of having the patient in the middle, we have the organization in the middle. And what happens in the physical realm? We can see that an organization also has its own emotional, physical, mental, and relational characteristics. So let's look at the physical, the social relational, the emotional, and the mental characteristics of an organization. And when you infuse an organization with the concepts of whole person caring on an emotional level, and this is really interesting. When I began to develop this model 15 years ago, I put the word love here because I thought, oh, it's going to be a loving organization. Well, the computer took the word love and it put it underneath energy field. Well, I was just beginning my work with trying to use graphics and PowerPoints, and I said, well, the font must be too big. So I squeezed the word love down and I made this triangle a little bit bigger, and I scooted it up here. I actually put it down here because I thought we'd have more space, and the computer kicked it down again. And I did this for 2 hours. I did this for 2 hours, and I thought, oh my God, you know. And I started at 10 o'clock at night because I was doing this after work, and at midnight, I'm still typing this word love, and the computer is still kicking it underneath energy field, and I thought, oh my God. I said, thank you. Love is the essence of everything. Love is the glue that holds this universe together. So it was it was like this really aha moment. And I know that whoever was directing that experience was probably saying, well, George, you finally got it. She's kind of slow. I don't know if we should use her anymore, but we'll try. So anyhow. So that's how we got the field of love down here. It was another's idea. So from an emotional perspective, an organization that comes from this field of love, that cares for their employees, that sees people as being sacred, that utilizes transformational leadership, will exhibit caring, empowering, and empathetic behaviors. It will be an organization that is characterized by empathy, empowerment, and caring. From a physical perspective, it will be vital, flowing, and flexible. People won't say, oh, we've done it this way all the time, we can't do it, I'm sorry. People will listen to each other heart to heart. Ideas will flow from the up and down and across and whatever, but it will be a vital, flowing, and flexible organization. From a social relational, the things that are going to be valued are going to be modeling, where people actually are models of behavior, where your leaders are modeling listening, deep listening, where they can incorporate what I call the healing field of management, where they come from a place of heart, where they have shared governance, where the decisions are made at the level where it is most important, where those decisions are carried out, that the people at the staff level are making decisions along with the people on top. So this is a very a governance that is shared by all, and where there are structures put in place so that that input can happen. The structures are very important also, and where it's values driven, where most of hospitals have values that include respect and trust and caring, and those usually remain on the walls of their mission, with their mission statements. But this is incorporated into the very fabric of the operation of this hospital. And when push comes to shove, people are valued, people are trusted, and people are cared for. From a mental perspective, the organization would be characterized by clarity, awareness, and vision. Clarity, awareness, and vision. So this is what happens when we look at an organization that has as its foundation and understands as its foundation the spiritual nature of our existence and who we are, and that works and operationalizes those concepts on a daily basis. And it's something that is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And when this has been implemented in a hospital, it has resulted in significant changes. It has decreased nursing turnover, and it has saved one hospital that I worked with, it saved them $2 million in turnover costs in a year. So it's not just something that's nice to do, it's also fiscally prudent.